Right, we doing it live today because we had some stuff that I wasn't able to take. James Harden, Lord, he's open. Kawhi's open in the corner. James Harden sees him and passes to the corner. I know the Clippers are up by 22 points, but James Harden, he decides to pass to Kawhi like they play on one and play defense on Kawhi Leonard and contest Kawhi's jumper. Kawhi missed the shot. And so James Harden said, man, I just wanted to bring some laughs to the team and just want to make things loose. But dude, that ain't the way you do it. You don't make the laughs by playing defense on your team. You might as well took the ball and scored it yourself. You know what I'm saying? We was in the league when I played soccer years ago. I played soccer and I was goalie and we was in the league. And my own teammate kicked the ball into the goal. That wasn't laughter. That wasn't fun. Come on, man. I know, James Harden, you don't play a lot of defense. You play when you want to. But when you want to, shouldn't be on your own player. Just a doggone minute. Come on, James. Let's do better.
Dawg picks. Let's get it! Matchup for the week. Here's the scoop. Your boy Drone keep getting the loot. Underdog, who will prevail? Stay tuned. Drone about to tell.
What it do, baby? What it do? Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Drone's Big Dog Picks. We got the fellas in the house on TAN TV, the African American Network, where you have a local feel and a global reach. And the top, we have Mr. Phil Townsend, Mr. LU himself. What's going on, Phil, baby? What's going on?
How's up, baby? Hey, you better check your pockets. I heard a little puppy going off in there.
Then we down, hey, down in the bottom, that was that little puppy that was going off. He was smacking on some sunflower seeds or some peanuts or something.
Some grapes, baby, grapes.
It's sitting down there looking like Martin Luther King Jr. and have Martin Luther King and have Chicano with the shirt all buttoned all the way to the top.
Hey,
Mr. Vance Bradford, what's going on, Vance?
What's up, y'all? What's up, man? I'm just glad to be here, brother. Everything's going well. Ready to get it.
We missing the touring comedian, Mr. Marc Howard. Maybe he had to do Quake's house again today. Y'all, who knows? Who knows with Mark down there in L.A.?
Anything well, that's good, though, man. That's good, man.
All right, y'all see what I was talking about on just a doggone minute. James Harden playing defense on Kawhi Leonard. He said it was all fun and games and this and that. I don't look at it as being fun and games, especially when y'all, I don't care if y'all up 22 points. But Phil, I heard that's something you did before when y'all was playing, because y'all was up about 50, so you decided to wait for the other team to give them a chance to win. Is that true?
You know it's true. And we came back and won. The other team beat it. No, but James, it was silly because think about it. You saw that defender was close by, right? And so all that defender had to do was clip James. James bumped into Kawhi, but I won't even make it that wild. Let's say that when Kawhi stepped over to step out of the way to shoot, he twists his ankle. Can you imagine what people would have done? Oh, my goodness. See, James, that's just not something you should do.
Hey, if you're the referee and James fouled Kawhi, do you call a foul? What do you
do? You know, it's not like they've been playing that great lately. So, James.
What you say, Vance?
Man, I'm tired of James Harden, James, but he'll find a way to get in the news or get you to talking about him. But it sure won't be his play. Because when you talk about his play, it's a lack of play. So James needs to, man, please. Next.
Well, we're talking about the NBA. I said this the other day on $2 Sports Talk Show. on KBOV 89.9 FM, and it's also on TNTV, the African American Network, where we have a local film and global reach. And also on the $2 Facebook page on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't want to plug nothing, but, I was talking about it on the show, and I never thought I'd say this. The Clippers are missing Russell Westbrook. Ever since Westbrook has went down, they have not been the same Clippers team. Westbrook is a big difference in that second string, and he makes the whole he does a lot for that team that people don't really notice, and they have not been the same since Westbrook has went down. What do you say, Phil? I see you shaking your head. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. Russ was a bad fit for the Lakers, but he's perfect for the Clippers. Matter of fact, I predicted that they'd fall down even further with Westbrook out. I'm surprised, that they won some that I thought they wouldn't win. I'm hoping they fall. So that great team would come on up.
that great team you talking about, the Kings of LA. The Kings of LA gonna be in the play-in game. The city of LA, they're gonna be probably the 5th seed, but the Kings of LA, they're gonna be in the play-in game. They might be the 10th seed. What you say, Vance?
I don't know who we talking about. You talking about the Kings of LA or who?
No, we're talking about the Clippers and Westbrook, man.
Man, Westbrook's my guy. And anytime you can't utilize a player like Russell Westbrook, there's something wrong with the coach. It's the coach.
Ty Lue been doing it, but he's been hurt.
Man, how you gonna utilize
I'm giving Russ his props, and he's missing. And they going down. MVP of that squad? Okay.
Well, but how you gonna utilize him if he ain't playing?
He was playing before. He hasn't been always injured.
That's why they were winning.
Good.
That's why they were winning.
That's what I was saying.
No, you already accused Ty Lue of not utilizing them right.
No, I know. No. I said, I said Russell's always been a guy that should have been used right. Always. That's what I'm saying. Russell was you got a player that averaged those triple doubles and stuff like that and can't use them. Come on now. So Lou doing good. He's hurt. Yeah, he can't play, but I'm a Westbrook fan. Except I don't want him shooting jumpers.
well, speaking of shooting jumpers, you have the season is getting closer and closer to be over. You got like 12. Some teams have 10 games. Some teams have 12 games left. Well, Phil, in the East, who's your sleeper team? Who is that sleeper team that we ain't talking about the obvious teams that we know that's gonna be there, but who's that sleeper team that might make it? I know my sleeper team, and the reason their sleeper team is because Joel Embiid might be back. I say the sleeper team that might be able to challenge will be the Philadelphia 76ers if Joel Embiid come back. What do you say, Phil?
Well, see, I'm not calling them my sleeper team because if it had not have been for Joel Embiid getting hurt early, it would have been then the 76ers and Boston playing for who's going to win the East. But I'm my sleeper team because they are young, dynamic, and have an excellent head coach. The Orlando Magic, those Paulo Banchero and those Wagner boys.
Okay.
Suggs, I thought he was headed down bust row a year ago, and he's resurging. And look at what Markel Fultz is doing. So I'm going to take them because they are young and strong.
So who will your sleeper team be to make the finals, Vance?
The Milwaukee Bucks.
In East. How's the Milwaukee Bucks a sleeper team?
See?
The way they're playing, they're sleeper.
Y'all don't give them a chance.
No. You can't be a sleeper team when you rank number 2 in the East.
So y'all trying to set them up. No, I would say, whoo, did you really got to watch out? They really talking? Maybe the Knicks. I know, boy. I'm like E.F. Hutton up in here,
No,
boy.
no, but
I'm like,
I don't consider Knicks a sleeper team because people have been talking about a sleeper team is somebody ain't nobody really been talking about or that done fell off the map. The Knicks
well,
ain't
none of
fell off
them.
the map.
None of them teams, like them teams you named, Orlando and who else you named?
Orlando and Philly, they both
Philly
are
ain't
sleeper.
going nowhere,
But
please.
that's why that's why they're a sleeper team, Vance.
No, they in nightmare status. They ain't even sleep. They in nightmare status. They in
You
comatose.
are crazy.
They done. They Philadelphia and
If,
Embiid.
if
Come
Joel
on,
Embiid
man.
If he can get some
come
He
wins
back,
ain't
and
gonna come back
legs back,
100%. So that right there, that's out. You can't win. He can't win if he. No,
but
he can't
look,
come back hurt. You think he can come back hurt and win the championship? Stop.
okay. So who's your sleeper team in the West? My sleeper team in the West. I say the New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans, my sleeper team in the West. Zion lost 25 pounds, and you can see it when you look at the picture comparison. At first, you couldn't see it, but I looked at some picture comparisons, and you can actually see the difference of the man that lost 25 pounds. Kenyon Martin made a point on Agent Zero's talk podcast. He said Zion last year he wasn't playing, he was hurt, he was eating beignets and footies and jambalaya. Now he's healthy, he's playing, so he's staying in shape. And right now, the New Orleans Pelicans, they're playing ball, and Zion is really he's showing out, averaging 20-some points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 or 4 assists. Zion is playing basketball. New Orleans Pelicans is my sleeper team in the West.
the Pelicans, I'm calling you out like you did Vance. The Pelicans ain't no kind of sleeper team. They've been up there the whole time.
No, people they just started talking about them, talking about they got a real good chance
No,
in Zion.
if you've been
got
following the Pelicans,
yes, I've been following them.
They've been kicking butt and taking names the whole time.
I've been
So
following
they
them.
can't be no sleeper.
Don't you say no cotton picking Lakers, because the Lakers sure ain't no sleeper.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, the number one sleeper team who will be in the finals, much like last year, will be the LA Lakers.
They not a sleeper team.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know when you would be number 9 and got to go through the play-in and possibly play 2 times to play somebody in the playoffs that you wouldn't be a sleeper team.
They still say they have a good opportunity. They was in the playing game last year and made it to the finals.
This is what I'm telling you. That's why they're a sleeper.
That's
what makes them a sleeper, because they are so lowly ranked that they can fight their way up to the top. That's what sleepers do. They are the epitome.
I guess I can say Golden State then.
Team.
I guess I can say Golden State, because a sleeper team would be the Suns.
Exactly. Golden State would be the other sleeper team.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Or the Suns. What about the Suns?
Well, no, the Suns.
Yeah,
the Suns, if they could play fourth quarter ball, they'd be good.
They're a sleeper.
You can also say Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings ain't really did nothing all season.
What?
They ain't really played nothing all
season. If they got to the finals, that would be a shock. Yeah.
Sacramento been up all year.
No, they ain't.
No, they haven't.
No, they ain't.
What?
Matter of fact, if they lose one game, they in the playing game.
Exactly.
So how they go? Hey, what's in that wine that you drinking today?
Sacramento, look, Sacramento.
What you done put in that?
They've been hanging 6 and 7 for the longest. You ever seen them drop down below?
What you gonna put in that wine that you drinking today?
No wine, all water.
And you done add something to that water. You infused that water with something, because you tripping.
Okay, where you seen Sacramento marked down in the play-in.
Sacramento been 8-9. They just moved to that 6th spot about 2 weeks ago.
Again, they moved up.
But I still consider them sleep. Do you? Is the Sacramento Kings in the conversation of winning the West and making it to the finals? No.
Hey, look, if they play the Lakers, they will.
They are not in the.
If they play the Lakers, they'll be in the finals.
Hey man,
because the Lakers can't beat Sacramento.
I'm a Lakers can't beat a lot of squads, and you gonna see.
We got the black Skip Bayless on there up there in that corner. You just harping on them Lakers.
Watch. You just watch and see. You've been talking about them being in the play-in. I told y'all already. Look for them to pop up to be in the number 6 spot. And look, I'm telling you right now, they will not, the very least they will be is in one of that 7 or 8 spot. They will not be in the 9th spot. And they sure ain't going back to 10.
All right, y'all listening to Drone's Big Dog Picks on 10 TV, the African American Network. We'll have a local feel and a global reach. All right, next question of the day. LeBron James. You know, him and JJ Redick got this new podcast, and he was referring to Stephen Curry, and they was talking about people that have made change the game. And he said that the light-skinned N-word has caused the game to be changed. Do you think that was appropriate talk right there in front of JJ Redick? Do you think it was cool that he's calling Steph Curry or any black athlete the N-word on his podcast, especially in front of JJ Redick? Because if JJ Redick used that word, now we having an issue. What do y'all say? What you say, Vance?
Well, Jeremiah, I mean, you asked the question, man. Do I think it's appropriate for LeBron James? No, I don't think it in that. No, I don't. No.
So what you? Hey, that's what you say, Phil.
Well, what I say is this: if you've ever been in a pro locker room, where the blacks and the whites are in there, the blacks are throwing that word around left and right. Be it college or pro. It's going around.
Right.
So it's nothing that JJ Redick would be shocked about or anything. Now, my thing is the only reason it's inappropriate is because unless I'm repeating it off of what someone has said, it's not a word I use.
Right.
You see? And so I just have that issue with it to begin with. But that's, if he and JJ Redick and you had 5 other white people and 5 other black people in there, those black guys, if they use that word, they be using that word because that's that general conversation word that they do regardless.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so I'm saying that I just don't think it was appropriate because it's a word I don't use. Like, you know what I mean? Just throwing it out there. But to act like it's not general talk that they do, no.
But see, once you said though, Phil, you said in the locker room. Yeah. That wasn't in the locker room.
No, I was saying that in description to JJ Redick, it not being anything to shock him.
Well, I'm not saying it's shocking. I'm not saying any of that. Because I know it's used. I know JJ Redick done heard it used. Black,
we're talking about appropriate.
But I'm saying, would it have been appropriate? Is it appropriate for him to do it? Talking to JJ Redick, answering a question on a podcast.
And that is why I gave the description the way that I did, and that is why I said it's not a word that I would say is appropriate at any time. You see?
Yeah.
So it's not a word I'd say is appropriate at any time.
So if JJ Redick, and I know it's part of sports because this is in the sports arena quite a bit. If JJ Redick came back and said the same thing, referring to Steph Curry.
Well, we already know what that answer is. That's the same general answer that happens when anybody that's not black says it, and you hear it. It's always
should we change our language in the locker rooms or just period? Should the language be shifted and changed?
Well, I'm not here to censor what anybody says because that's what that's what people say and how people talk at different times. If you start stepping in on words that they say that's their general vocabulary, now what are you doing but trying to censor something? If you're in again, like I said, if I'm hanging with Brian and that's going all around, I ain't feeling it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not going to change if it were LeBron, myself, and JJ Redick. I'm still going to feel the same way as if LeBron just said it with me and him. It's just not a word I care for.
I just don't think it was not appropriate, man, and because of what LeBron portrays in the public of who he is.
Okay, but
my thing. If you look at the shot, if you look at the shot, it's not. I'm not saying that it's not appropriate because who LeBron is. I'm saying I don't feel it was appropriate because
in that setting
because he was talking one-on-one to JJ Redick, which is a white dude. I don't like it with black dude either. I don't like it. I don't let nobody call me that. But he's referring to another black man in that one-on-one setting. It's not shocking because I've heard it from LeBron and his friends when he used to watch the shop. It went around like crazy on the shop. That's not surprising to me. It's just the setting and who he was talking to.
But the thing is that you can't isolate.
That's what I said. The setting.
See,
go ahead.
You can't isolate this moment if that's what they do. That's what they do and how they talk. If I adjusted, look, the thing is that there's an audience for that type of talk. There's a vast audience for that kind of conversation. So what may look like offensive to us, and it's only you and I, Jeremiah, who is genuinely offensive to. Vance is just saying it because LeBron said it. That's Vance's thing.
In that setting, because he said it in that setting, yeah.
See, I tell you, that's all Vance is. Vance is just hating. But the thing is, there's an audience out there that's saying, "Oh man, that Brian's just too cold." You hear what he's saying? And again, it's one man's treasure is another man's junk, and it just happened to be junk to me.
Yeah. You listen to Draw's Big Dog Picks on the African American Network. We'll have a local feel in the Hey, I told y'all we touch all things here on the TV on Draw's Big Dog Podcast. Hey, that's part of the locker room. That's part of the language. That's part of everything.
They weren't in no locker room, Jeremiah.
I know, and the setting. I look at it wasn't because I understand that the locker room.
They don't broadcast everything that happens.
The locker room is not like we too many times people want to make the locker room a different setting or a different city.
But I just told you.
The same I
just took it out of the locker room and told you that is general Americana conversation.
Yeah, it is.
So to act like it's not Vance, you tripping.
That is general what?
No. General. What he said. What he said.
You're trying to tell me that's not general Americana
he
conversation?
said that's normal. As normal.
You're trying to tell me that that's not a normal conversation that goes on in America? Where another black person is calling that
settings,
other black person
not in no
that
setting
word
like
in mixed company?
like that.
In mixed company, you're saying you better stop it. Now you're show lying, and you know you lying.
General conversation?
Guarantee you.
That you saying that's appropriate?
I know. I did not say it's appropriate. I said it
what
happened.
Talking about?
Well, I think it's more in a general conversation amongst African Americans.
It is in mixed company, and I guarantee you, if the mixed company is in the room, it is getting said, and they are hearing it. And it happens all day, every day. And Vance has even been around when it's happened because Vance has even done it. That's how I know he hating on LeBron.
No, but I tell you what, if I did it, it wasn't in a setting like that. It was appropriate for it.
No, it was in person. That's even worse.
In person?
In person in mixed company. That's even worse. Hey, look, wait. I ain't
no mixed company now.
I bet you we can go back through our tapes. I bet you we can go back through, man. I bet you we can go back through 10 tapes the last 3 years, and you'll find 2 times when Mr. COO himself has said that in mixed company.
Oh no.
Well, we know.
No.
I agree. It is part of natural conversation. I don't like it. I don't use the word.
What natural conversation?
I don't use the word. And conversation amongst Americans, you hear it all the time.
So you saying in the break rooms of the company?
No. Not no break room I've been in. Only time, unless it's blacks talking to blacks. I don't hear a lot of blacks talking to in my setting. Now I'm not saying it don't happen. In my setting, I don't hear a lot of blacks talking to Caucasians that way, but I hear a lot of blacks talking to blacks that way. That's in my setting. I'm not saying it don't happen.
And that's appropriate? Is it appropriate?
No, I'm not saying it for me, like Phil said for him.
Is it appropriate? I just asked.
That's going to depend on the person. Depends on the person and how they feel about the word.
For me, it's not appropriate at all in any
Vance doesn't have a problem with it. It's only because it's LeBron that Vance has a problem.
Phil, you crazy.
Jeremiah, you and I are the only ones who genuinely, on this set, have a problem with that word in a setting. Vance does not.
See, the thing about it, Michael Jordan would have never said that.
Well, I tell you what Michael Jordan would have said.
Behind closed doors, maybe, but not like that.
Well, look, everybody knows. The coward and liar that Michael Jordan is.
He probably was said behind closed doors, referring to another black player.
And you know why? Because Michael Jordan is too uppity to do a podcast.
But in public, I don't think any person, not just Michael Jordan, I don't think Isaiah Thomas, I don't think Magic Johnson, I don't think any of them would refer to another black man as the N-word on public or in a podcast. Now,
what generations are you talking about?
Right. Hold on, Phil. Hold on. Now, the generations past Michael Jordan and Magic them, they will, because I've heard Matt Barnes and then
Steven Jackson.
I've heard them use.
Whoa! Are you putting LeBron James in the same category of Steven Jackson?
No.
Hold it.
Well, no. What we're saying is
let's not act like LeBron doesn't. No. Let's not try and act like LeBron does not. Don't try and act like just because LeBron does all of these philanthropic type things that he doesn't talk like Mac Barnes and Steven Jackson.
Phil, Phil, it's not about knock out to LeBron James. It's that generation.
No,
That
but I'm talking
generation-
Vance is still trying to do the LeBron hate thing. That's
It
what
ain't
I'm
no
talking
LeBron
about.
hate.
See,
So you okay? See, Phil, you keep spinning it, man. You
I am
keep
not spinning it. I
So
am all I'm doing.
look. Okay, so I asked you. So the question was, do you think LeBron? It was appropriate for LeBron to say that in that setting? And you
what
don't
did I
answer
say?
that question. You say,
And what did I say?
I
I
don't use
answered
the
that
word.
question.
That's what I'm saying. You don't answer the question.
Jeremiah, did
don't
I answer that or not?
That's what
Jeremiah,
you
did I
do.
answer that question?
What he
It's
said.
on live. That's what you do, Phil.
No, but what Phil said, for me,
That's what I'm saying.
it's inappropriate. Phil said
Yes.
for him it's
Yes.
inappropriate, but
Yes.
he do understand that it's part of the language of they talk of this generation. And
You
that's
hooked in
what I
there
was
with
saying.
him. He didn't answer the question.
I
You
don't.
are crazy.
I think it was inappropriate.
Let's see.
I think it was
Vance-
inappropriate.
Okay. For LeBron, or is it
So
inappropriate for LeBron
thank you
James?
for explaining it to him, Jeremiah.
I
The
think
question was,
I
is
think
it inappropriate for LeBron James?
I think it's inappropriate for LeBron James.
And
Jeremiah,
Jeremiah, did I
all
say
of
it was inappropriate?
yes, he did.
For LeBron James.
Did I say that, Jeremiah?
Yeah.
And
No,
I
I'm not
said,
saying it. I didn't hear you say that.
No,
that's because you were so keen on trying to
never
dog
heard you
LeBron.
say it.
You did not listen to what I said.
What'd you say?
He said it was he
Whoa,
said for
let
him.
him say it, Jeremiah. Let me say it. What'd you say?
As
Phil?
I said, it was inappropriate for LeBron James to me because that's not something I associate with. So that's where you got the mixed company thing in. That's where you got the general thing. And that's where you get the division of philanthropic does not mean that you don't talk like so many of your peers do. So let's not, Vance, you can't spin it to make his philanthropic stuff look bad. So don't even try it.
I'm not trying to. That's
what
I'm saying.
Yeah, you are, because you're trying to split and make LeBron have to be just one type of person.
In certain settings, you've got to be.
And
you've got to be. Now, you can let your hair down.
That's the setting that he chose. That's how he is in that setting. When did you hear LeBron talking like that? In those podcasts, in those show settings.
But one thing I can say, him and JJ Redick said they did not inquire for any sponsors. They didn't inquire for anybody to back it because they want to be able to talk how they want to talk and say what they want to say. So they didn't inquire for any sponsors or anything for their podcast.
Vance is his desire.
So was that a disclaimer? That was a disclaimer?
On trying to make LeBron.
No, I'm just saying that's what they said. That's why
that's basically a disclaimer.
See, Vance, you can't take LeBron down no pad.
That's basically a disclaimer. And okay, so if someone says that, then that's a whole different setup.
Vance, you can't take LeBron down no pad.
I'm not trying to take LeBron down.
You're trying too hard.
I answered the question. I just answered the question.
You're trying too hard.
Perry Mason.
You answered the question without even giving an explanation.
LeBron don't need to.
You couldn't even give an explanation or anything.
All right. Let's go to the last and final question. You got March Madness going on, and it's really hard to get into March Madness like you used to because you really don't have the players like most players back then. You stay in the league 3 years, so you got to know the players, you got to know who they are, you grew into them and the teams, and because of NIL, because of one and done, March Madness is not the excitement that it used to be. Do you feel the same way, Phil?
Look, I've never been a big fan of March Madness, but look, the last time I saw any March Madness was Kareem when he was Lou Alcindor and Elvin Hayes was playing. That's my March Madness. But if you want greatness, no, y'all know that's a lie. I was Magic and Bird. So, but the thing is that because of all the one and dones, like you're saying, Jeremiah, all I can tell you is that if I'm picking, I know people are riding high on UConn this year. That's pretty much the consensus. But I got to tell you, I think Armando Bacot in North Carolina, Hubert Davis has something for people. Good size, going to score. So I was sweating for Hubert last year.
Now Baycott is one that you can. But the thing is, because North Carolina hasn't really been the North Carolina in the top 2, top 3, you really don't hear about Baycott. But Baycott been there 4 years now, so he's one of the ones that you can grab a hold to. But because North Carolina haven't been in that top 5, you haven't really heard about him back in the day. So you can't really grab hold of him unless you really just know what's going on. What you say, Vance?
His play last. Excuse me.
Well, I hated that you picked on Phil to go first because I'm confused of what the question is again. I really am.
Have March Madness lost its luster because you cannot grab a hold to a player, or because of the one and dones, because of the NIL and all the movements? Has March Madness lost its luster?
Let me ask you something, Jeremiah. And then I know the reason, but Phil thinks it might have, because when you don't have that kind of talent. And first of all, you're not following March Madness and college basketball like you used to. And tell me, what year has March Madness ever failed? That there wasn't a great Cinderella story. There wasn't a great story to the Final Four and the games that being played. Name a year.
But
every year. Every year.
Come in and you have to watch college basketball the whole year until when they start. When it's March Madness. If you are a fan of the game, then you ready to watch.
But you don't. But what I'm saying is, it done lost its luster. You don't know. You don't know half the players who's playing.
A lot of times you did after you became a certain age, Jeremiah. You're not
mainstream media.
You just said you didn't follow college basketball the whole season. You in the NFL, you in the NBA.
I didn't say I didn't follow college basketball. I didn't say I didn't follow college basketball.
I didn't say you didn't follow it. I said not. It's like you know all the. You just said there's a lot of one.
Because you don't know a lot of the players. You don't know a lot of the players.
Okay, so when you say lost its luster, you don't think people are not attending? You don't think the excitement that they bring, the drama, is not happening?
No, hold on. I didn't say it. I didn't say people still don't play the game, do March Madness brackets and stuff. But the luster, the luster of it and the excitement of it, and people people gung ho just waiting and anxious for March Madness, and like it used to be, it's not the same.
Jeremiah, I can end this right now because Vance is just being obtuse. The thing is that when the biggest talker of the men's NCAA tournament is Caitlin Clark, what does that tell you?
That's national media spinning that. They'll take a story and whatever they want to grab onto.
No.
They could be talking about the men's team. She said records beat the men. That's a bigger story.
But
that's the number one story.
People are more excited to watch the women's March Madness this year and last year too than they are to watch the men's.
Because
that was never heard of.
Because they got the great white hope, Caitlin Clark.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin Clark.
No, the women's game. I have long told you that the women's game is better than the men's game when it comes to this type of play.
Yeah, but okay then. If it's that, then why don't they have it switched? The men's game is still number one. It's still number one.
It's gonna
always.
And when they start playing, it's still gonna be the better games.
It's gonna always be number one.
It's always gonna. The men's is always gonna be
better games.
That's just the sexism. That's just the sexism of the game.
No,
that's just the sexism of the game,
dog. They're gonna play better games.
That's the sexism of the game.
Okay,
it's the same way as why WNBA women nothing but a pin drop in the bucket on something when it comes to comparing it to the men's game. It's because of sexism.
Vance,
They don't play like they don't show out like the men.
Vance, let's
Oh
be
my
real.
God.
Vance,
They can't.
okay. Let's
They
talk.
can't. They can shoot.
Hold on, Vance. We understand that athletic game and skill wise, the men has it. But the thing is, this is why I talk about it.
Okay.
The women game does not get the publicity that the men game does. It's like you really don't even know about what's going on in some of the women's stuff. You really don't, because they don't get the publicity. They don't talk about it. You don't see them broadcasting the women's March Madness like they do the men's March Madness. The men's March Madness is on 4 different channels. They got 2 different sets of commentators, pre-game commentators. They push it. Even 3 years ago.
Why is that?
Even 3 years ago, you seen
I
it
just
with
told you, sexism.
you seen it with the weight room, the little room that the women had, and then the big old room that the men had. But the women was drawing just as much bigger crowds than the men were. Now, in fact, they were drawing.
Own up to it. Stop being a chauvinist.
Now, in fact, they were drawing bigger crowds than the men, but they had the small locker room.
When?
Just 3 years ago.
Where? I mean, where are you talking about? In that one?
When they put them in that little bitty room
during March Madness,
during
March Madness.
Yeah.
March Madness.
That's just one time. That's just one period in the year. The men carry.
You're missing the whole point. It's only because of the chauvinistic sexism that you're displaying that the women's game is being held back from being broadcast.
It's economics, man. It's economics.
Vance,
they don't generate that kind of cash.
Vance, I understand.
The reason they don't generate that kind of cash, Vance, is because the people don't put it into the women's game because of the sexism, because of the chauvinism. That is exactly what you're displaying. That's why the women's game isn't expanding the way it does on any level.
They don't push it.
Man, if you showed as many women's games, and you can't, there's only so many stars in the WNBA that you would want to really watch.
Same way in the NBA.
Huh?
It's the same way in the NBA. There's only so many stars you're going to want to really watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think I do agree.
Stop.
I do agree. They need to. I think they need to lower the goals where women can dunk a lot more.
Stop.
I think they'll bring more excitement into the women's game by lowering the goals.
Yeah.
I really do. People say no, they don't need to. Yeah. I think they'll bring more excitement into the women's game to lower the goals than and not have them. You done made the ball smaller, so why you don't make the goal lower for the women? You done made the ball smaller, the court is smaller. Make the ball make everything else smaller for the women.
But you just
to
said they doing it already. They don't need no changes.
But what I do say is the women's game is not pushed.
Everybody knows that except for Vance.
But
Vance of all people,
Vance, they're not pushing at all.
Vance knows that better than we do. But
you got the win.
He can't get past that chauvinistic sexism that he's displaying.
You got the women NBA draft coming, the WNBA draft coming up, and you ain't heard nothing about it.
Okay. I mean, but you have. If you're a fan.
No, you hear a little bit here and a little bit there.
Stop it, Vance.
But it's like who they drafting?
Vance, the sexism is showing. The chauvinistic attitude is showing.
Vance. I'm not saying I love the women. That's what I did. I'm an advocate for the women's game. I love the women. Vance. Out there, bro. You gotta be realistic.
Hey, Vance.
You gotta be realistic.
I put it this way, Vance. You put. Let's look at T-Rex and Drone's Big Dog picks. You don't put money behind that. But Miss Laura, you make sure Miss Laura's stuff is taken care of. So, and we just as good.
Nah, y'all is just a spoke in the wheel, the little spoke, and it's broke, it's bent. y'all a bent spoke.
So,
but hey, Phil, it's a good
Yeah.
try, man. You know, we gonna make first take, man. We can give first take a run.
ain't this a good? They
But
Nevada
yo,
don't let
boy,
Dayton come back.
Phil is
Golly.
something else. Phil,
Vance is killing me today, Jeremiah.
dude.
Hey man, Nevada don't let Dayton come back from a 15 point deficit and win.
Well, I didn't say Dayton was going to win that game
See,
anyway.
and you looking at right there, and it was excitement too, and that's Nevada.
No. I had Nevada beating Dayton, and they let them joggers come back from fit. They was up by 10
No,
with like
but
3
I'm
minutes
saying,
left.
I'm saying Dayton was the pick to win.
Yeah, they were, but Nevada was ahead with like 3 minutes left. They was up by 10 and let Dayton come all the way back.
And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of March Madness.
Hey, Jeremiah, look at this way.
What?
Vance was ahead because he spoke of us Spurs, but we both came back and trumped him.
Man, please. It took both of y'all to even get in the game to try to get on the field.
Look.
Coach be looking at, hey, Vance, you go handle it by yourself, dog. Because if I put Jeremiah and Phil in the game with you, it's a wrap. You might as well play. Hey, without.
We want to thank y'all for listening to Draw's Big Dog Picks. Hey, we go at it here on the show. We touch all topics, any topics, every topic. Hey, make sure if you haven't registered to vote, make sure you go register. If you're still able to register in your city to vote, make sure you register to vote. This presidential race is going to be very, very crucial. So make sure y'all register to vote. I want to thank my partners, Mr. Phil Townsend, Mr. Vance Bradford. Hey, you listen to Draw's Big Dog Picks on the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach. Make sure y'all tune in again next week, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time next Thursday. Peace.
All right, Jeremiah, we gonna get on out of here, y'all. Peace.
These my peepers right here. Some of them gonna be with me when I'm looking for the perfect sandwich. What bruh man gonna be doing?
Looking for the perfect sandwich.
Looking for the perfect sandwich.
Tommy Davidson, lethal shooter. We looking for the perfect sandwiches.
That one look good.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor. And look at here. I'm searching for the perfect sandwich. So I want y'all to register at www.theafricanamericannetwork.com to join my sandwich community. It's gonna be all that. And look at here. Want y'all to invite me to your city if you think you got the perfect sandwich. And I ain't talking about no served sandwiches either. Peace.